Welcome to InfoRetriever 12. One of the most exciting features in this version are the new time and billing capabilities. Now you can enter and keep track of the time you spend on each and every job and then quickly and easily bill your clients for it. Here's how it works. On the Properties screen, you now have a Time Entries tab, a Time Entry button, and the Transaction button. To enter time for a job, click the Time button and then fill out the details for the time entry in the dialog. At the top of the dialog, you can choose the employee and job that the time will be applied to. And to save time, these automatically default to the current job and the user that's currently logged in. Next, choose the activity for the time entry. For instance, field crew or stakeout. Several types are already included for you to use, but you can create and modify these however you desire. Next, we enter the date, the time, and the billing rate. And finally, any notes about the time entry. Now, when we save it, it shows up on the Time Entries tab for that job. And as you scroll through your jobs, you can see that the list of time entries are updated for each job. Click the Reports menu to create reports on the time that you've entered. Several reports are available, allowing you to group the time by employee or by job. For example, here we have a report of employee time for last week. Time reports can be printed on your printer or sent to a PDF file. The next thing you'll want to do with the time that you've entered is to bill your client for it, and with InfoRetriever it couldn't be easier. There are a couple of ways to create invoices, but the quickest way is to click the Edit button and then Create Invoice. Now, to bring in the time entries, click Add Billable Time, and InfoRetriever displays a list of time entries for the job that have not yet been billed. Select all of them or only the ones you want, and then click OK, and the time entries are placed right in the invoice. You can also add additional time entries right from the invoice screen, as well as other charges, such as shipping charges. And again, you can add to and modify this list as needed to suit the needs of your business. When the invoice is finished, you can save it or print it out. There are several styles of invoices that you can choose from, including two that will show any payments that have been applied right on the invoice. And of course, you can create a traditional printed version of the invoice, but you can also create a PDF file of the invoice, which you can then just email to your client. Now let's take a look at the big picture. To do that, we'll open up InfoRetriever's Transaction Manager. The Transaction Manager presents you with a list of jobs along with the invoices and payments for them. When you open the Transaction Manager, the list contains all of the jobs in your current property lookup, and from there you can further search for specific jobs using the Find options at the top of the window. Clicking the Show Balances option shows you a column of the balance for each account. As you move through the list, the invoices and payments for each job are shown on the right. To edit an invoice or payment, just double-click it. To create a new invoice or payment, use the buttons at the bottom. Payments can be applied to several invoices at once. When you create a payment, the dialog includes a list of unpaid invoices in the bottom half of the screen. When you enter the payment amount, InfoRetriever automatically applies it to the invoices, starting with the oldest one first. You can also manually type in the amounts that you want to apply in case you don't like the way InfoRetriever has done it. Any amount that is left over is handled as a credit, which can be applied later to other invoices that you create. In this case, the client made a payment of $3,000, of which $790 was not used and will be retained as credit. When the payment is saved, the credit appears in the balance column for the job. And of course, you can print statements for all the jobs in the list as well. And just as with invoices, you can print the statements out or create PDF files that can be emailed to your clients. So, as you can see, InfoRetriever's new time and billing features give you new tools to enter and track time, easily bill for that time, create and manage payments, work more efficiently, and make more money. If you have additional questions about InfoRetriever, please let us know. You can reach us by email at sales@agtcad.com or toll-free at 1-800-548-9223. And if you haven't already done so, be sure to check out the InfoRetriever features section of our website.